Welcome back everyone towards today's new live stream. In this live stream, I will be discussing Bitcoin and Ethereum, what currently is going down here in the market. Bitcoin is starting to be bouncing back towards the upside. However, we just almost set a new low on the market, so I quickly will be jumping live with everyone out there on the channel. I will be discussing Ethereum in depth about what currently is going on. I will be discussing the altcoin market because altcoin seems to get absolutely obliterated right now. Ethereum is down 11% on the day, while Bitcoin is only down 5%. I will be exactly talking about everything you need to know right now. I will be talking about my strategy. I will be talking about how I will be trading this market right now, because I've got an insane trading strategy that I will be using in this market right here. I am ready to deploy $200,000 in towards the markets right now, and I will be discussing everything on today's live stream. So without any further ado, guys, make sure to slap up that like button. That will be absolutely amazing. Currently, there are no notifications sent towards the viewers because I've been uploading too many videos in the past while. But let's jump straight away in towards the content. Currently, looking at Bitcoin, we can start to see the price action of Bitcoin has been decreasing significantly over the past, 1.5 hours approximately, 2 hours, 4 hours. We've been dumping once again here. We've been creating more downwards pressure. And actually right now, where you want to be looking at if you're going to be trading this market, and let me set this up to the 15-minute time frame, right? We're going to be looking at the high towards the low, and we're going to be looking at this Fibonacci, right? And if I'm going to be, sorry, the other way around, excuse me. If I'm going to be setting up a Fibonacci from the low to high, like this, we're going to be looking at the levels in the market right now where we could be finding some support on. So we drop below the golden pocket around 17.7k here. You can see that this is currently also providing some resistance. And I mean, it would be likely to expect actually that this level is going to be providing significant resistance, just like it is exactly doing right now for Bitcoin. If we do not break above it, I mean, this could probably dump even further towards the downside. So that is also why I'm jumping live right now here. This is looking quite dangerous in my opinion. On the 5-minute time frame, you can also clearly see this level previously around provided good support, and now we're running in towards it. So let's see if we can once again break back above it. If we do break back above it, probably Bitcoin has found a short-term local bottom, and that could be leading towards some more potential upside on the imminent short term here. So that is basically first initially how I will be looking at the imminent short term on Bitcoin. Also looking at the daily time frame, we are currently retesting that important critical range here of approximately, between 17.5k towards $18,000, right? That level basically, every single time we've been touching it, has been providing significant amounts of support on the market. And once again, we're currently trading on it. And what is actually very interesting to see right now, and let me open up this chart right here as well. And let me go to this price chart right here, the Bitcoin index. Let me go to the history, and let me set it on the logarithmic time frame. And let's look back here at the previous low here. So this is Bitcoin back in 2015, the bear market of 2015. And what we can see here in the bear market of 2015 is that Bitcoin basically formed a low right here. And after we basically came down, we formed this low in the market, we consolidated, Bitcoin traded around this range, consolidated, came up again, then had a big fake out towards the downside, Bitcoin moved down. And in fact, we officially at that point confirmed a lower low on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. Interesting to see, right? Bitcoin confirming a lower low on the daily time frame right there. And after that, actually the day after, we once again had a significant dump towards the downside, but at the end of the day, we recovered. We hovered around a little bit sideways, and then we started to be recovering back towards the upside. And approximately from the dump, it took us an approximately, let's say 2 months approximately. So 2 months before we really started to see a small little uptrend getting created once again for Bitcoin, right? Interesting to be looking at right now, because if I look at the current price action of Bitcoin, remove all the drawings, and quickly going to be looking at how the imminent short term is unfolding for Bitcoin, we can currently see once again same structure. We have been forming that swing low in the market. Then right now we're retesting it as well, and I mean, the question is right now, will we be significant dump below it? Or are we going to be forming a similar pattern like 2015? We've been speculating about it quite a lot here, that this bottom is going to be similar like 2015. I am not saying that Bitcoin can't go lower from here on. I'm very much aware Bitcoin is not looking strong right now. The market is looking completely messy, and I wouldn't recommend on like opening a long position on Bitcoin right now at all. Totally not. However, this is actually quite an interesting signal that currently is playing out if we compare it towards 2015, right? So let's see how that's going to be playing out. But more importantly, what is going to be important to see is that will Bitcoin really confirm the daily candle close still above $17,000? That is going to be the important thing to look at. If we do not hold on towards the 17,000 US dollars, the next levels of support or resistance are going to be around 15.5k. Because if we're going to be looking back here, and we're going to be looking at this box. Let me make it quickly orange, and let me set it to extend to the right? So we can see where it is coming out right now. We can see from the past, we have been finding significant resistance and support while we were trying to be breaking in towards the bull market, right, in 2020. So this level was an important level to be looking at. And, oh, excuse me, now I have to set it once again back. That was not my meaning. So if we're going to be looking at the market right now, that level is going to come in somewhere between $15.5 and $16,000. So if Bitcoin breaks below the green box of support, what is the next big level where we could be expecting Bitcoin is going to at least find some short-term support from? It's going to be that $15.5/$16,000. Many people are talking about $14,000, that it is going to be next for Bitcoin. I think $14,000 is indeed a very likely level to be reaching for Bitcoin. However, first, initially, I think the $15.5 to $16,000 is going to be an important level to look at, and that could be as well a level that is most certainly going to be providing significant amount of support. So make sure to keep your eyes wide open on that level right now. Further on, also looking at the Ethereum price action, looking at the 4-hourly time frame, Ethereum bouncing back significantly. We've been dumping all the way down to $1,300 US dollars. And basically this morning already, I was looking very skeptical at the price action of Ethereum, because Ethereum, if you're going to zoom out here, and let me put it off auto, and let me quickly show you this chart right here. This is looking quite dangerous in my opinion, because we've been looking at this previous W consolidation phase here, and what is interesting to see that Ethereum still has not formed a lower low than the previous low in the market, while Bitcoin is doing so right now, right? So Ethereum retesting that previous range high in the market. We've been finding a lot of support around that level previously around, and currently we're breaking below it in a very, very fast pace. And like you can see, since we have been breaking below it, I have been also talking about it, I expect that the market could even tank furthermore in a very rapid pace. Looking at this chart from a daily perspective, we can see if we do confirm the daily candle close below an approximately $1,250 US dollars, I will be officially look for a breakdown from this important horizontal level of resistance slash support. So if you do break below it, it could probably lead towards more pain in the market, and that is definitely a thing that you should be paying attention towards right now. Also, looking at the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin chart, this is the daily uptrend Ethereum compared to Bitcoin has been creating on the market, and if Ethereum compared to Bitcoin is going to be breaking that uptrend that we have been creating for the past, what is it? I think 2 months approximately, even longer. Sorry, it is 5 months. For the past 4 to 5 months, we've been creating this uptrend here on the daily time frame on Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. And if we do break below this upward sloping support line that Ethereum compared to Bitcoin has been creating, we are officially going to be breaking that uptrend Ethereum has been creating against Bitcoin, right? And that basically will mean that Ethereum will be losing even more strength. And like I just told you in the beginning of this stream, let me quickly go to CoinMarketCap as well, is that currently we've been basically seeing that altcoins are down significantly. And here on the this is the 1 hour, I was already flabbergasted. So on the 24 hour, we can see that it is down 20% and Bitcoin down 10%. So that's absolutely mental. That is absolutely crazy how significantly down altcoins are. BNB also down 10%. But mainly the altcoins are bleeding out right now here. And we can really see that back also in the Bitcoin dominance chart, because this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. No, it's not. All my charts are just reloading and they are just messed up. I don't know why. But looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart, we can see that we're currently having a small little bounce here. Bitcoin dominance is bouncing. Very nice to see. I've been waiting for this quite a while. I've been saying this yesterday in the stream as well. I just think, and I think we need to see the Bitcoin dominance just bounce back towards the upside, since it has been trading so low. And historically speaking, in a bear market, the Bitcoin dominance needs to be bouncing back towards the upside, right? So altcoins are still bleeding, and I wouldn't be expect it's going to be like perform better than Bitcoin in the coming days. I mean, I wouldn't be expecting that at all. This is the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin valuation. Basically, looking on a bigger picture, we can currently see that basically it's quite a big of a rejection that we're currently creating. And I've been talking already about it, that we are potentially going to be creating somewhat of that head and shoulders pattern, right? And if we do create this head and shoulders pattern and break below that neckline, this could be lead towards even more downside for the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin pair. I think there could be more blood coming for the altcoins, because looking realistically speaking, at the altcoin market, and this is the altcoin market cap, the total market cap of crypto excluding the Bitcoin price action. And if you look at this chart, it's actually quite interesting, right? So once again, the altcoin market cap has not been forming a lower low than the previous low than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has been forming a lower low on the weekly, the daily time frame, basically every single time frame, while the altcoin market cap is not doing so. And that is, for me, an interesting sign, because usually altcoins tend to be weaker than Bitcoin, and yeah, currently they have been clearly stronger. So that is also signaling there could be more pain coming, and that is showing that the market is not necessarily matured, and that is of course not a thing I would like to see here. So let's see how that is going to be playing out from this point onwards. But currently, yeah, definitely it is looking quite dangerous here. So also previously, right, we didn't retest the previous all-time high. If we do retest the previous all-time high, it could be a good position to scale into altcoins again. But right now, I still think you should be extremely cautious with buying in towards altcoins. And looking at a perspective from the weekly time frame, look at this. This is actually quite an interesting downward sloping resistance line we've been creating on the weekly time frame for the altcoin market cap. This could be, of course, a gigantic consolidation phase, a gigantic falling wedge, we could be calling it, right? A falling wedge on the altcoin market cap. If this one does decide to be breaking out, and of course, this is not something that will be playing out today or tomorrow. This is something that could be playing out in towards 2023 even, you know? So this could definitely take quite a while here before it is going to be breaking out here. But definitely right now, we are starting to see a large consolidation phase getting created on the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin. But looking then at the total market cap, including Bitcoin, we can see that we actually are very close with, of course, falling below the previous all-time high. So far, we've never done it. So the orange box is basically the previous all-time high for the total market capitalization, including Bitcoin and including all the altcoins. We can see that we're currently very close by creating and performing that new low on the market, right? So interesting to see that Bitcoin has formed a lower low in the market, while altcoins haven't. The majority of the altcoins, then, at least, since they have been bouncing back stronger than others. Right now as well, while the market is tanking towards the downside, there are also a lot of opportunities for some good altcoins that are on fire still right now, right? So currently Bitcoin on the imminent short term, if I want to look at it real quickly, let me quickly load up. Whoa. Here it is. So quickly looking at Bitcoin on the image short term, it is bouncing back significantly. That is a very good development, because I just told you, if we're going to be looking at that boom, if you just joined in towards the stream, if you're going to be looking at Bitcoin with an Fibonacci retracement, we can currently see that the majority of the resistance probably will be getting found around that 17.8k level. The previously around provided support, and right now is going to be providing resistance. So either it's going to be a very good short opportunity, but if we break above it, it's going to be a long opportunity for Bitcoin. So if we get a rejection from this range here and move towards the downside, I wouldn't be surprised. It will be a very likely range to expect this. But if we do break above it and see a continuation towards the if we do break above it, I expect to see a continuation towards the upside. So those are the two scenarios I'm currently going to be looking at. But currently we're trading at a key level of support / resistance in the market, and you can also see that basically this level has been very accurate, right? Like you can see, it's been providing support. Also, the last time around right here, providing support, but currently it is acting as the golden pocket in this market. But talking about opportunities that are currently occurring, I do have oh, look at Matic actually. It's 21% down here. Well, it is up on the week. It's up 6% on the week, while Bitcoin is down 13% here. So I do know quite a good amount of good picks in the market, and actually I think Matic is a very good project to be accumulating, and I really like Matic a lot here. I think it's one of the most undervalued projects, and I think it's also one of these projects that can make you a ton of money in the next bull run, right? So currently it's having a fire sale because Bitcoin is dumping significantly. It's coming down in a very fast pace here, and it allows you basically for accumulation. And I am currently still buying in towards Matic. I'm still buying in towards some projects. Not a lot of them. I'm just buying into a handful of projects right now here. I do know there's a lot of risk in the market because Bitcoin could tank even furthermore, but there are some good projects that are currently having a fire sale that you could be benefiting from, right? Just like Matic. Also, coins like BNB currently down, what is it? 8.5% on the day. Also, projects like Chainlink are currently probably, I don't know exactly what Chainlink is doing, is then 24% on the day. Also, very good fire sale around $6. Imagine picking up Chainlink around $6. That is absolutely crazy. So there are a lot of good opportunities here for spot accumulation. I'm not saying that it can't go lower, but for me, I'm willing to take the risk to DCA in towards the market. And also quickly, I'm going to review you my strategy, what I'm currently doing with Bitcoin, because I am currently accumulating a new position into Bitcoin. I have been buying Bitcoin every single day basically for the past 3 months here. My strategy is to DCA in towards the market on a daily basis. If the price is high, or whatever you call high. If the price is around 21K, I buy. If it's around 18K, I buy. I just buy every single day to get a very good average price. And you know what I'm currently doing? I'm currently building up a 2x leverage long position, and I just started opening it, my first position around approximately 18.5K. So let me quickly show you this, 18.2K. So my first position with the 2x leverage long position got opened on 18.2K. And currently I deployed approximately $20,000. And I have currently got $200,000 in my account. So I've got another $180,000 left to deploy in this trade. And it's a 2x leverage trade here. Currently liquidation is around $12,000. And my next range of accumulation is going to be at $15,000. And it's $15,000. I will be deploying 3 times as my initial deployment I've already done. And due to that reason, if I deploy 3 times as much, my liquidation price will come down to approximately $10,000 to $9,000. So I'm currently building up a 2x leverage long position on Bitcoin because, I mean, I don't want to take all too much of a risk here. I'm taking a very low leverage on my position, but I'm still trying to be benefiting from the market conditions, right? So let's say the bottom is already in, I catch a small position, but let's say Bitcoin goes down even more, I will be making even more money. And actually, if you are interested in trading Bitcoin with leverage, you can do so on Bybit or BitGet. BitGet basically allows you to trade in the US. So if you're a US watcher, make sure to check out BitGet. Of course, don't use FTX because FTX is absolutely going to wreck you. And if you're anywhere else in the world, I would recommend to check out Bybit. But anyways, this is my strategy. I'm planning to be buying more and more in towards my trading position. I'm planning to be buying Bitcoin all the way down towards $10,000. If it ever comes to $10,000, I mean, it is definitely a possibility. I am prepared for Bitcoin to go down to 10K. Otherwise, it would be stupid to already start to position myself in towards this market right now, right? So actually very interesting to see. For all the swing traders out there, I just called a very good swing. For all the scalp traders out there, I just called a very good potential trade here. If you did enter it on the golden pocket entry, you would have been up already 0.6%. That's absolutely crazy. So currently it looks to be that we could be potentially get a rejection from the golden pocket. If we get a rejection from here on and move below the 0.86, I honestly expect we're going to be forming a new low in the market. If we breach below the previous low in the market, I honestly think we're going to be having a bigger problem. Then we could be heading towards levels around $16,000. So interesting to see how everything is going to be playing out right now here. But currently, we look to be getting rejected by the previous golden pocket on the market. So interesting to see. Breaking below golden pocket is definitely a very bad sign here. Actually, unfortunately, I was not able to scalp trade this one, but this would have been an absolutely amazing scalp trade, right? So let me put it on replay. So first, initially, here, like you can see, we saw Bitcoin basically bouncing from the golden pocket. Then we broke below it, and after that, we basically got a rejection, and then we moved down towards the one target. So that was actually a pretty good trade here. If you took that one, if you were looking at it, it was approximately 2.6% here. Let me see, chat. I'm feeling a bottom. I mean, for me, I honestly, it's hard to say if the bottom is really in, right? It's very hard to say if the bottom is actually in. It's one of the most hardest things to do, especially in these bear markets. But just like I showed you in the beginning of the stream here, is this the index? Yeah, this is the index. So just like I showed you in the beginning of the stream, I think that like these markets where we're currently trading in are extremely interesting. Extremely interesting. This is the 2015 bear market bottom. And this is how we're currently looking, like a very similar way here. And let me structure the chart in a similar way here. We formed a low, and currently we're forming a lower low. Like you can see over here, boom, we formed a lower low. And you can see it is very similar to our 2015. And all we need to do, if we really want to have a very similar chart to 2015, is see a big bounce on today's candle. If we bounce back towards levels around $19,000, I honestly do think it could be a similar structure as 2015. Only in 2015, we didn't drop due to the fact that we were having an exchange going bankrupt, basically an exchange having a bank run, I should say. So that's the big difference between 2015 and now, and that is making it a little bit more difficult, in my opinion. Also important to know here is that tomorrow, let me quickly set this up. Also, we are having the midterm elections. Let me quickly check up how that is going and who is winning right now. But currently, if I'm going to look at the inflation data from the United States, tomorrow we have another report from what the inflation is going to be of the month, November. Sorry, not of the month November, of the month October 2022. So we will be having that data tomorrow, and it will come out on 1:30 p.m. GMT. So that is approximately like 4 o'clock Dubai time. I don't know where you're watching from, but that is going to be quite exciting. The consensus is that it is going to come in around 8%. That's actually looking pretty decent. If it's going to come in lower than 8%, of course, it's going to be bullish for markets. If it's going to come in higher than 8%, it's of course going to be bearish for markets. So take that in account right now. Let me quickly also keep my eyes wide open on the imminent short term, how it's playing out here. So we're getting that perfect rejection from the golden pocket. Could we be visiting another lower low? I mean, it's likely to expect if we are seeing such strong rejection from the golden pocket. If we do break above it, I honestly expect a stronger bounce back towards the upside. But tomorrow, the inflation data is going to come out. So, I mean, we already have seen an crazy week so far. The week just started, and it's been already absolutely crazy. But it could get even crazier than this. It could get even crazier than this due to the fact that tomorrow we will probably see another volatile spike due to the reason we are going to be having these CPI reports basically come in, right? So keep your eyes open for that one. Tomorrow I will be streaming this as well. So a lot of streams this week, but that's due to the reason that there's basically a lot of stuff going on this week here. So tomorrow I will be discussing the CPI reports, where it is going to come in here. The expectation is around 8%, and hopefully it's going to come in lower. I've talked about this yesterday as well, but if I'm going to look at US oil price, we can currently see that the US oil is, if we're going to compare it towards, 365 days ago, boom. Look at this. It is currently only up in approximately 4 to 5% here compared to 365 days ago. And that is actually making it very interesting. And in 2023, we're basically going to be going in towards this run-up right here. So next year, since the oil price is all, like the inflation is calculated year on year, right? So next year, in approximately March, we basically peak towards $128 a barrel. And if we're then going to be trading still around this range right here, oil will be having a negative influence on the inflation. And that is actually going to be very interesting. So 2023 could be a very interesting year with inflation. And it could be just so that the Fed is currently over-tightening significantly. And next year, I think the inflation could come already down towards levels around 3 to 4% again in 2023. Not January, not February, but March. Like from of March, things can start to be looking quite all right for the markets again here. So March 2023 is also my expectation where the Fed could be potentially start to pivot. So that is a thing to look out for. So oil prices are going to be having a negative influence on the inflation from of 2023 March approximately. So that is going to be pretty interesting to be looking out for. And that could be having a very positive effects for all markets on a larger time frame. Of course, I do know currently for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency price action, I mean, things are looking shit due to the fact that FTX and, all these exchanges are going bankrupt, the exchange bankrupt. That has nothing to do with like the inflation. That's something for like the bigger picture and also for the classic stock market, right? So looking at the S&P 500, currently on the pre-market, let me check out what the pre-market is doing, the future market is doing. So currently, the future market is not open yet. We're down a little bit on future markets. Sorry, it is open. So we're down a little bit on the future markets. Not a lot here. But basically, you're still waiting to see what it's going to be going down here. I think the S&P is also waiting for tomorrow for the inflation reports to come out and see what it is exactly going to be doing. Because that will also have, of course, a massive effect on what the S&P is going to be moving towards, right? If it's going to be moving up or down. Then, quickly checking up, this is XRP. XRP had a small little pump actually towards the upside, and the complete pump got undone in a very fast pace. And like I just told you, XRP still not forming a lower low. It's then it's still up 18% from the previous low in the market, up 26% from the previous low in the market actually. So interesting to see. XRP is still holding up quite well here. Many people are asking about XRP, what I think about it. What we can basically see here is that the previous level of previous support, resistance right here is currently getting retested. And if we manage to hold on towards this range right here, I think everything is going to be looking quite all right here. I've been talking about Dogecoin yesterday. I've been talking about Doge. Let me go to a different chart. Yeah, this one. Sorry. If I'm looking at Dogecoin, actually, the hype, like, people were expecting Dogecoin is going to get integrated to Twitter, and I still think it's going to get integrated to Twitter, actually, but not right now. Not right now. It could take quite a while. So Dogecoin is still very, very high speculation, and of course Dogecoin is getting more and more utility every single day. It's currently trading against that previous high in the market. And I honestly do think it is likely to expect some support around this range, right? If we do break below it, we could even see further downside. If I'm going to be looking up towards the Fibonacci, we can see from swing high to swing low. You can see that the we're currently trading at key levels of support, right? So we can currently see previous high right here getting rejected by the golden pocket Fibonacci. And then right now we're breaking below the golden pocket Fibonacci, actually, but still the daily candle has not closed yet, so we can still get supported. So Dogecoin trading at a key important level. So if Bitcoin gets a bounce today, probably Dogecoin can hold on towards this level, and then everything is going to be looking quite right here. So Abraham is saying Ethereum is breaking major support. We've been discussing this in the beginning of the stream. Ethereum is indeed breaking this key level of support right here, and I honestly do think it is not looking good. It's not looking good at all for Ethereum, and this could be leading towards even more downside for Ethereum. So yeah, indeed, things are looking not so nice for Ethereum right now, and I totally expect that we could be even see more downside. And at the same time, quickly looking up on Bitcoin, we got rejected by the golden pocket Fib level. So if someone traded that, congratulations. We got rejected by the golden pocket Fibonacci level on the 5-minute time frame. We straight away moved down towards the 0.786, and now it's going to be the key moment for Bitcoin. Are we going to be breaking below that 0.86? If we do break below that, if we do break below the 0.86, it basically will confirm we're going to be probably seeing new lows in the market if we break below this Fib level. So it's going to be interesting to be looking at what is going to be going down right now here. So make sure to stay in the stream to stay exactly up to date about what is going to go down here, because Bitcoin could just set another lower low on this market, and we will be discussing it live in today's stream, right? So make sure to keep your attention right now here. If we come down towards 16.5k, I will be deploying more capital in my 2 weeks leverage long position between 16.5k towards $16,000. The 1.618 extension support level on the Fibonacci is also going to be an important level to be looking at right now here. So if we do have a dump, I think the 16.3k is going to be the first initial level to provide significant support, and then next, of course, that range between 1500 and 15.5k and 16k basically. So keep your eyes wide open, and of course I'm going to keep you guys exactly up to date about what is going to go down here on today's live stream. So make sure to slap up that like button, by the way, guys, because I see we only smashed up so far to 81 likes here. It will be amazing if we can at least smash it back above 200 likes. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now and slap up that like button on today's stream. So someone is saying, what about Solana? 280 million Solana unlocking tomorrow, and it's getting dumped to hell. So yesterday I've been talking about Solana. I've been talking about Solana quite a while here. I've been always saying that I don't like it. And oh man, this is crazy. This is absolutely mental. Solana is dumping even further, and it's dumping at a faster pace than any altcoin out there. So Solana is already reaching my price target of yesterday that I talked about here. So the price target I've been talking about was $15. Since it broke below the $23 right now, the price target was of course 14.8 towards $15. It was about to actually reach that already. I think Solana is looking terrible. I think you shouldn't be buying into Solana right now. I think it's absolutely worst decision to be buying in towards right now. There are not many good coins out there, and I think Solana is not necessarily a good one. I think there is going to be a large amount of support getting found around $14 to $13. I think, like, as a trader, I mean, as a project, I don't like Solana. I think Solana is not one of my favorite projects actually to be looking at. But as a trader, from a trading perspective, Solana buying it around $13 to $14 could be actually a very good buy here, because this is an high confluence zone. This is a high confluence zone, and there could be a lot of support getting found around that level. Let me also set up a Fibonacci actually from the swing low to swing high to see if there are some important support levels that we have already not broken. No, we broke already below all of them. Let me set up an no, that's not necessarily nice to do. Let me see if there's going to be an extension level. I mean, extension level around $5, where we're going to be finding probably a lot of support. So $5 could be an important level to actually start to be looking at. 5 to 7 $5.57 approximately. Also, this range right here could be a big support zone. Of course, that's only if we do break below that $14. Then it's going to be $10 to $8 next year. So, I mean, there is a lot of support right now on Solana, and I think there's going to be a lot of buying going around between $13 to $14. Only at $18, I wouldn't be buying it. I think it's more likely to drop down to $13 to $14 before we could be expecting at least a small little bounce here. Actually, Bitcoin bouncing from the 0.786 FIB level. I mean, these FIB levels, guys, they're doing an amazing job here. They are doing an amazing job here. Definitely buying into Sol right now. I'm currently still waiting, actually. From a trader perspective, I think like $14 to $13 is a good buy. But personally, like buying in towards it for the fundamentals, I don't really should be doing it into Solana, because Solana is just not my most favorite fundamental project that I would like to be holding on my list here. I rather, if you want to be buying into coins with high possibilities, with low risk for next bull run, I would rather look at coins like Chainlink, like VeChain, like Matic, like BNB. I think those are better buys with higher potential returns, with lower risk on the with lower risk basically. So that is at least in my opinion. Of course, you always have to make up your own opinion in this market. Then quickly talking about Chainlink. While we're currently already looking at a lot of altcoins and discussing them, looking at Chainlink, I honestly do think if I look at the Chainlink price action right now, this is the 3-day time frame. There's just one gigantic level that we need to be breaking above. And like you can see, it is the $9 approximately. $9 is the range to be breaking above. And currently, if I do spot this market, look at this market, we're forming somewhat of a rounding bottom right here on Chainlink, forming a rounding bottom. And the resistance to be breaking is approximately $9. Also, from the top side, we've been creating somewhat of multiple downtrends here. Multiple downtrends we could be breaking above. Is this one right here that also got us rejected. And currently we're forming a rounding bottom. I actually think like Chainlink is one of the most fundamental worth projects to be buying in towards. I think Chainlink has got a future in the industry, because Chainlink has got very good fundamentals, and it's going to be existing anyway. Like Solana doesn't necessarily has to exist in 2 years from now on, but Chainlink is necessarily to exist for the crypto space. So I'd rather buy into projects that have futures, and I think Chainlink is one of them. And currently buying it around $6 is definitely worth it for me. I've been buying it this whole range already. I mean, I'm not necessarily have made good significant returns on them in the short term, but I do think that on the long run, in the coming 1 to 2 years from now on, it's going to be a very good investment. And of course, tag me in 2 years from now on about this one. Chainlink is definitely one of a golden pick here, and I've been talking about it quite a lot, and I will definitely keep on talking about it, because I personally think it's going to be performing good in the future. And it doesn't necessarily have to perform good right now. If we do have another break below it, if we have another breakdown, let's say Bitcoin is going to crash to 14K, where do I expect Chainlink is heading towards? Is going to be going towards levels between $3 and $4. And you know where I bought my first Chainlink around $2. I bought my first Chainlink around $2 to $1 here in 2019. I remember it very well. I traded it from like a swing low to $1.70 approximately. Yeah, it was this movement right here. I traded Chainlink a lot as well, and I hold it as always. It paid out its dividend significantly, because I made an approximately like 22x with it. And last time around, I also showed everyone, all my followers on Instagram, I showed you a picture that I was buying Cardano in 2019 and saying it towards my friends on WhatsApp. In like April 2019, I said to all my friends, look at Cardano. Cardano is such a great project. You should be getting in towards it right now. And you know what? Almost no one listened. No one listened. Well, in fact, I made a 70x from off that point. I made a 70x with Cardano from my 2019. Cardano was definitely one of my best projects to buy in, and like my biggest returns I've made. And also, I sold all my Cardano on $3. So yeah, like, I did an amazing job here. And also, I sold my Cardano live in a stream on the channel. So that is also very nice to know here. I show everything. I'm completely transparent. And just like I'm showing you, while I've been selling Cardano on $3, I'm currently buying in towards a Bitcoin position with 2x leverage on the $17,000. And I am ready to deploy another $180,000 in towards this market, all the way down to $10,000. I'm only using a 2x leverage. It's a very like small position. I'm only like with 1.2 Bitcoin in right now, but this could be well a legendary position in the future, right? So looking forward towards this position to see how it is going to be actually play out here. But for me to pass on building up a 2x leverage long position from $18,000 all the way down to 14 is just not something I'm going to be passing on, right? So that is my thing I'm currently doing. deploying more capital, around $16,000 to $15,000 in this position to bring down the liquidation price and to build up my position. And I'm going to approximately deploy 3 Bitcoin at that point, so another $60,000. So yeah, let's see how this is going to be working, because I'm going to be building this position in the Bitcoin perpetual swap here. And actually, if you are interested in trading on Bybit, you can currently receive a $30,000 deposit bonus. So make sure to check it out here in the link in the description. And also, if you're in the US and you are using FTX in the past, I would recommend to check out BitGet, because BitGet allows you to trade in the US, and they are also offering you a $20,000 deposit bonus right now in the link in the description. So check it all out. They're also having insane copy trading features, actually. So let me know in the chat, guys, if you do have some charts where you want me to look at, that I'm going to discuss it right now here. Medic now. I already discussed Medic, but I can go over it again. But let me know if you have another coin that you really want me to look at, because then I'm going to check it up right now. So Kronos, Kronos as well, guys. I don't necessarily like. I think Crypto.com is using Kronos as well as collateral. I've been buying a lot of Kronos in this movement here. I catch the all-time high here. That movement towards approximately $1. All my friends sold it at $1, like at the top right here. I sold it a little bit lower. Algorand, I think that's a good one. I'm actually going to meet the Algorand CEO next week, in 2 weeks from now on. So if you have some very good questions for the Algorand CEO, let me know, guys. Let me know in the chat right now, because I will ask him, and I will maybe try to even record something over there. But I'm going to meet the Algorand CEO. And actually, I was literally 2 weeks ago, I got invited to an event to meet SBF. But probably he's not coming anymore. But yeah, he's probably not coming anymore. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So currently looking at Algorand. I think Algorand is, of course, a good project. I don't think it's a shitty project. Algorand, looking at the daily time frame. So far, quickly updated Bitcoin. Bitcoin still doing quite all right here. No big dumps whatsoever. Algorand is doing. It has been doing quite. It has been performing quite interestingly, right? We were creating an upper sloping resistance line right here. We're creating somewhat of a descending broadening wedge here, actually. Oh, this is actually a very nice pattern. Very nice pattern. Of course, this is a descending broadening wedge here. It could be breaking bearish. It could be breaking bullish either way here. But as long as we're going to be holding up towards this downward sloping support line, it's going to be quite all right here, in my opinion. So far, we've just touched it. We bounce back here, but we're trading in descending broadening wedge currently for Algorand. It's just a bear market consolidation phase. If I'm zooming out towards a bigger picture, let me place it on towards the 3-day time frame, and let me quickly see if the chat is saying something about some questions. Algo is my biggest holding. Oh, that's amazing to hear. That's amazing to hear. But looking at like horizontal important support zones, I'm not necessarily spotting one. Well, Bitcoin is bouncing back, guys. That's amazing to see. But in terms of important support zones, of course, I will be looking at this range right here purely because we've been building a base price right now around this level. But currently we can see that the 27 to 30 cents has been a very interesting level for accumulation. If we really break below this level, most certainly we're going to be moving towards 18 to 20 cents. There's going to be another 33% drop off towards the downside. So, yeah, Algorand, I mean, as long as we're going to hold on towards the lows or the descending broadening wedge, things are going to be looking quite all right. If we break below it, I think we could be heading towards levels around 20 cents. So, it's going to be most certainly important to see what Bitcoin is going to be performing like right now. Let me quickly check up on BNB. I have not checked it up yet. Well, Bitcoin, I'm keeping a close eye on Bitcoin. Oh, BNB. Oh, crazy. But I'm keeping a close eye on Bitcoin right now because apparently we got rejected by the gold. Whoa. Trading view, come on. Where are you, trading view? Here. So apparently we got rejected by the golden pocket. We moved down, got supported by the 0.86 on the Fibonacci. Now we're trying to breach above the golden pocket. So just like I told you a moment ago, approximately 15 minutes ago, like at the beginning of the stream here, if we break back above the golden pocket, this could be a very good long opportunity to long the retest of the golden pocket, right? So currently my trading strategy, if you want to be scalp trading Bitcoin, is going to be trading along on 17.7k approximately. Let me quickly set up an boom. Wait, let me quickly set up because I actually want to be trading this on a swing on the 5-minute time frame to quickly show you guys how we would be trading this one. Let me quickly set it up everything. So give me a moment to set up my to log in towards my other account, my scalp trading account here. Let me set everything up. Give me 1 second, guys, because I definitely think this is going to be good trading opportunity if we do have a retest right here. So I'm going to be looking at potentially doing this. If we do get a retest anyways. So it's actually looking quite alright. So it's a small trade, of course. I will be also use proper risk management with this trade right here. So if we do break above it, let me quickly wait on the confirmation. I will be taking this trade, this scalp trade here on Femex, because I really like to trade this one on Femex. Let me check. Oh, Bitcoin is having a nice, alright, bounce right now. Okay, so let's wait another 2 minutes before, as soon as we do see the candle close confirm the break above the golden pocket, I could potentially look for a retest of the was it 17755, right? That's going to be my scalp trading opportunity right now here. If you do want to scalp trade this one as well, make sure to check out BitGet or Bybit in the link in the description, or Femex, whatever you prefer. BitGet is definitely for all the US traders. Bybit is definitely for the international traders out there. Can you please explain what's going on with your not finance? I mean, one thing I know is that that Sam used his is it bouncing? I mean, it probably has to be bouncing, right? Why can't I find it? Yearn.finance. It's oh, it's not bouncing. Oh, I was expecting it's going to be bouncing. Can you please explain? It's just market conditions. Bitcoin is dumping and Yearn.finance is just following. It's just following. So far, I have to, if I want to be scalp trading this one, I have to see a clear confirmation of a break above. So this is not a clear confirmation of a break above the golden pocket. Currently, it looks like a rejection more. So still waiting, guys. Still waiting. Still waiting for a confirmation. I'm not going to be blindly open up trade here. I'm going to just wait until I see a clear break above this level. Then I could be opening a potential trade on this one, on the golden pocket. So let's see if we do break back above this important range. So far it looks to be that we're just getting another rejection, and that could be basically confirms potentially like short-term 5-minute doubles up, and we could move down even further from here on. So waiting for confirmation. Still another minute to go on this candle. Maybe it's going to be happening on next candle. Let's see how it's going to be playing out. 5-minute RSI is also bouncing back strongly. But yeah, interesting. Quickly checking up on BNB as well, guys, while we are waiting for Bitcoin to create some confirmation, so I can scalp trade this potential move here on Bitcoin and show you guys how I will be doing that to make some money live on stream. Actually, I mean, I love making money live on stream. But currently looking at Bitcoin daily time frame, we've been creating. Sorry, BNB. I said Bitcoin. BNB was actually breaking above the previous high, then it retested it, and yesterday it bounced back towards the upside like crazy. Looking at the 1 hour perspective, it was a crazy pump and dump move. Currently, we're moving down, but not as bad as Bitcoin is doing, right? Also, we're still up from the June low with BNB. We're up an approximately 64% from the June low. That is absolutely mental, in my opinion. So that's definitely not a bad thing here. We're actually doing quite all right here from BNB, even though it's down here on the imminent short term, right? Also, looking at Bitcoin not officially broke above it, so we're going to wait for this 5-minute close right here as well. Before I actually continue with my analysis on BNB, I would highly love to see that you smash up that subscriber button right now. So guys, I'm quickly looking at this at the subscriber count, and I really would love to hit that 100k subscribers one day. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it will be absolutely a pleasure if you can smash it up right now. Let's see if we can maybe reach the 94.5k in today's stream here. That will be absolutely amazing. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're basically uploading daily technical analysis on this channel. So yeah, and also I try to show as much live trades, and I try to show you my strategy on how I will be crushing this market and how I will be making a ton of money in the next bull run, just like I did in the previous 2 bull runs. Because in the previous 2 bull runs, I've made so much money. In the last bull run especially, I made from approximately 100k more than 4 million, and in the 2017 bull run, I made from $200 $35,000 US dollars. So that has been a crazy journey. And these bear markets actually, like, if I reflect to myself in every previous bear market, that is the point that, of course, like, the struggle was the biggest. But in hindsight, the bear market was the most amazing period in the market, because in the end of the day, all my money I made from the bear market. From buying in the freaking bear market. So looking at BNB right now, of course, markets are changing up right now. Things are looking way different than the previous bear markets, but that's like every single bear market is a little bit different, right? But looking at BNB, we're currently coming back towards that horizontal range here. This has been a pretty interesting previous resistance box. We've been getting rejected by it 3 times in a row, and once we broke above it, we basically went up in a very quick manner. Currently, we're finding some support around this level right here. I think a more important level here of support is this previous range right here, right? So previous support, previous resistance, and it's providing support once again right here, right? So if we retest this level, this is a likely level to be bouncing from, just like we did last time around as well. So if we come back, if Bitcoin dumps, let's say, to 14K, what are the levels that you should be looking for on BNB? It's definitely around the $265 range, right? So if Bitcoin dumps more, that's going to be a level where I will be looking at for BNB. So far, I don't necessarily think it's smart to trade it. Of course, there are, like you can see this level right here, right? That's providing support. But still, it's hard to trade it because the volatility is so high in the market. And like you can see, if you, let's say, opened up a trade on that level, you would have been already down 4% first, and now you're up 2%. So it's quite risky, in my opinion. It's quite risky to trade this range right now. So with BNB, I mean, I prefer trading Bitcoin right now rather than a lot of altcoins, because altcoins are just a little bit too volatile right now. Bitcoin still waiting for a break above the previous high. Bitcoin still waiting. The golden pocket. Let me see what the chat is saying. How long have you been trading? Since 2018. I've been making a lot of losses. I've been making crazy profits. I've been making a crazy swing trade from $4,000 on Bitcoin all the way up to 20K, and then I closed it. Amazing. I wish I kept it open longer. But still, I took my profits, you know. Sometimes you just have to take your profits. And currently, like, I am building up my new swing trade, right? I'm building up my new swing trade, and because I made already so much money in the previous bull run, I right now have to take less risk, right? So my strategy right now with the next swing trade I'm building, it's just 2x leverage. It's just very low leverage. I don't need to use higher leverage. In the previous swing trade I took, it was 15x, and it was a crazy leverage I took. But currently it's like a 2x leverage, and like I only deployed approximately 10% of my capital because I've got $200,000 to deploy, and currently I only deployed $21,000. And my next level where I will be buying more in towards this trade is around $15,000, if it ever comes to $15,000. Of course, liquidation is currently at 12K. If I buy my 15K position, it's probably going to be around 10 to 9K I calculated. So yeah, buying in towards my position right now here. I'm going to be building up a swing trade with 2x leverage to make solid gains here. No high risk needed. No high risk needed for me right now. It's just low risk with potential steady returns. FTT trading volume is currently going up. What does it mean? Let me quickly check up on what FTT is currently doing. And let me also quickly check up in a second from now on how the liquidations and the funding fees are looking on the market. So let me open up the volume indicator real quickly. Yesterday, we started to see the volume, of course, spike up like crazy. Currently, the volume is not necessarily that high here, in my opinion. I mean, I still find it surprising that it's still holding on towards $4 to $5. I actually do still think this one, it could go way lower. It could go still way lower. It could go below $1 even. So could you take a short trade on FTX token? Yeah, for sure. For sure you can. Would I recommend to do it? No, I mean, it's just too, like I told you, too risky to trade this token right now. So for me, I'm just waiting. I'm just casually waiting to see how it's going to be playing out here. But for sure, there are some very good opportunities right now out there to be trading the FTT token right now. Quickly checking up on some stats for some trades I want to be taking if I see something interesting. But FTT, it of course yesterday had that significant dump and basically bringing down Bitcoin. I do have this very interesting chart right here. So this is the FTT price action. Let me overlay it with Bitcoin. Let me put it to the 15-minute time frame. So let me remove the volume for a second because it looks ugly. So we were seeing FTT holding up towards that price stability around $22. Once we broke below the $22, basically that was the point that Bitcoin plummeted all the way down here. Then over here we heard that the FTX exchange was holding the withdrawals. Then FTT token dropped even more. Bitcoin dropped as well. And before everything like went to shit, basically Binance CZ said that he will be buying, acquiring FTX, not the US part, but FTX. So at that point, of course, the market started to be bouncing. And at the point we bounced, and that is making it very suspicious. That is making it very suspicious because I think, like CZ is also playing some dirty games right here. Because at the point we bounced back towards the upside to approximately, for Bitcoin, $20.7, $20.8 thousand, and FTX was approximately $20. I told on my stream that if FTX ever hits $20, I will be shorting it. So if anyone shorted from $20, you did an amazing job here, actually. But FTX, amazing retest. And at that point, we out of nowhere started to see a big plunge towards the downside. Why? It's because I personally think that FTX and Alameda Research was selling up their funds. Because otherwise they couldn't never pay their customers back here. So I think that happened at that point. And due to that reason, of course, Bitcoin tanked significantly towards the downside. And like it was like a snowball effect, right? Liquidations followed after that. If I look at Glassnode, and if I, quickly going to be checking up on some data. First of all, exchange balance from FTX is pretty interesting to see. Like there was a lot of Bitcoin going into the FTX exchange. Actually, it was not a lot. It was like 100k Bitcoin on the exchange. And yeah, it dropped basically from 20k Bitcoin to almost zero in just a matter of 24 hours for FTX. That was actually very interesting to be seeing. The thing I want to be talking about is the realized loss also happening on the market. Currently, it's not spiking that high yet, but yesterday we realized an approximately loss from 1.1 billion. And sorry, no, yesterday was 1 billion, the day before 1.1 billion. So there's a lot of loss getting realized in the market due to probably forced selling, and that is probably FTX. That is that sold their Bitcoin holdings they sold their Bitcoin holdings. They had to liquidate it because they had to be paying their customers. So some cheeky things are going on in the market, right? Still, what was interesting is that Bitcoin basically in this whole period right here, while like the stock market was crashing, Bitcoin was holding up price stability quite good. So will Bitcoin, like in order for Bitcoin to flush down to 14k, a lot of people have to actually sell it. There has to be a lot of sell pressure in order to bring Bitcoin down to 14k. And who's going to do it? I mean, right now already FTX got flushed out. Who's going to be next? FTX was one of the largest cryptocurrency trading exchanges out there. But who's going to be next? Who's going to be forcing Bitcoin to fall down to $14,000? That's going to be the question, right? Because there has to be a lot of sell pressure in order to bring down Bitcoin another 4k from here on. There has to be a large player that really wants to bring Bitcoin down so significantly. So I'm not 1000% convinced it necessarily has to happen. I think it's stupid if you say Bitcoin has to go to 14k. There's no other possibility. There's no other scenario. No, you should be adapt to all the scenarios that could be happening on the market, right? You should be adapting to all scenarios because everything could be playing out right here. And there's quite a lot of sell pressure required to bring Bitcoin down so significantly right on the market. So interesting to see, but yeah, FTX basically, it got dumped and basically brought Bitcoin down significantly. And it's interesting to see that these moved at the same time and approximately the same amount, right? It was an approximately similar move, Bitcoin and FTX, right? They moved in a very similar manner. Of course, if FTX dropped percentage-wise way more than Bitcoin, but it was a very similar move. So it means, I personally think, it's like they sold off at the same time. There was some interesting things going on there. And probably we will never know. Maybe we will find out in the future. But I personally think that Alameda Research or FTX, they like the group behind FTX, they sold off the FTX tokens and Bitcoin and Solana, because Solana also dumped so hard, right? They must have been selling off Solana because they're basically seed investors in Solana. Interesting to see. So yeah, keep your eyes wide open on that one. That was actually like one of the most weirdest things and interesting things to see. But considering the fact like the second largest cryptocurrency trading exchange has fallen over and Bitcoin is still holding, guys. Bitcoin is still holding. And you know what? Bitcoin is going to be surviving anyway. But it's probably going to take some time here, because at the end of the day, if we look back at the history of Bitcoin always survive. Only sometimes it can take quite a while here. Sometimes it can take a few months. Sometimes it can take a year. And now as well, I think Bitcoin will survive it. Just like we survived the Celsius crash. Just like we survived the Luna crash. Just like we survived Mt. Gox. We will survive everything. Only it will be requiring some time. And that is also my expectation. Next is Coinbase. Let's see what is going to be happening. I think we saw some interesting stuff going on, and let me quickly load up some charts here for you guys on the channel, for you guys on the live stream here. I think like KuCoin also had large outflows, and I'm quickly going to be loading on my Twitter to see if there's there are some interesting things going on right now on the market, because yeah, most likely there's something cool playing out once again here. No, I don't see something interesting playing out here actually. So yeah guys, if there is something new happening, I will be straight away let you guys know. So US midterm elections live. Let me quickly check up on how the midterm elections are going. If the Democrats lose, it basically means that probably the market is going to be pumping. So currently we can see Democrats are doing actually quite well. Not expecting that actually. Oh, this one got flipped. So it looks to be that probably the Republicans are going to win. Oh, they're probably going to win. They're probably going to win. Okay, that's interesting. It flipped. It flipped. So Nevada flipped just a moment ago. And Alaska still, yeah. So it's interesting to see. I think the Republicans are going to be winning. And due to that fact, like the Republicans are standing for positive, like for bull markets, positive economic growth, etc. They're really focused on economic growth. Yeah, the Republicans are probably going to win. So, interesting to see. Let's see how it's going to be playing out here. But if they do win, it's probably going to be good for markets. It's going to be having a good effect on the S&P. So it probably could be having a good effect on Bitcoin as well. Of course, due to the fact that Bitcoin got suppressed significantly over the past few days, past few hours, it could be maybe has a less of a bullish effect here. I mean, if this FTX FUD didn't happen, it probably would have meant that Bitcoin would have maybe been up to 23K here, but we just can't change the fact of the matter anymore. Also interesting to see is that Changpao, CZ basically tweeted about 2 big lessons. And that's number 1, you never use your token. You never use a token you created as collateral. And the reason why this is very important is because basically, if your own token goes bust, it means your whole company goes bust. And I've been explaining this, and I guys, I still hate to say it, like I told you so, but I did warn you before. FTX was trading on $17, and I made a video. Is FTT the next Luna? And in this exact video, it was trading on $17, like you can see right here. But in this exact video, I talked about that Sam in the past has used the FTT coin as collateral to short and buy assets. And due to that fact, I am expecting it could be the next Luna. So, yeah, big lessons, never use the token you created as collateral. And he did so, and that is the reason why it absolutely went like minus 90%, right? Rule number 2. Lesson number 2, don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently. Have a large reserve. Completely. I just can't say anything else than I totally agree here. So, yeah, just a thing. And for the people that are wondering, what does a safe you mean? What is a safe you fund? Secure asset fund for users. Safe you. Stay safe you. So, that is interesting to be knowing here. But CZ, he is absolutely crazy what he's done. He sees that, of course, he caused this major power up in the market. A lot of stuff going on here. 75K likes. That's crazy on this tweet. But I like, you do have to be knowing here is that CZ still has the possibility to step out of this deal. He has not signed anything. It's just an agreement between both of them that Binance is going to help, but it's nothing official. So I also tweeted about this morning. What if CZ backs out of the deal? It could just happen, and that could cause even bigger pains on the market. And of course, he probably is not going to do it because it will cause an even bigger cascading effect on the market. But it could be still happening. And he is creating a carnage on this market. Of course, in the end of the day, he's doing a good thing. Of course, in the short term, is having a bad effect on the market. It's having a bad effect on a lot of altcoins. And of course, the industry doesn't like to see this. But in fact, the company is insolvent, and if it's insolvent, you have to do something about it. Because probably, if we don't, like, if CoinDesk didn't expose them 2 days ago, 3 days ago, they could have maybe still gone on, and maybe in the future they would have been having big problems. So it better happens now in the bear market than in the middle of the next hype phase. So it better happens now. Let's get done. Let's get it done and dusted. It's not something good, but it is behind us now. So that's the good part. What if Binance got a liquidity crisis? I don't expect it's going to be happening because, I mean, of course, we just have to believe him. But he is saying that Binance, like you can see here, Binance has never used the BNB for collateral, and we never taken on any debt. So CZ is saying that they are not taking on debt, and due to that reason, we are expecting they're having a one-on-one backing. So yeah, definitely. Also, if we're going to be looking at crypto exchanges trust list, let me quickly show you guys. It's important to know, unlike what are the most trusted exchanges. Of course, we have Binance out there, we've got Coinbase, but also Bybit. I use Bybit on a daily basis. It's a trusted exchange here you could be using on a daily basis. It's been around here since 2017. Trusted exchange. So if you want to be using Bybit to trade Bitcoin, I would highly recommend it more than FTX. You can check it right now out in the link in the description. You can also claim a $30,000 deposit bonus. So yeah, check it out right now here. Absolutely amazing. The 24-hour volume is also like decent, 3.3 billion. Of course, Binance by far the biggest one out there. What do you think it's going to be happening with Solana? I think it could be suffer way more pain. Also, a thing that I want to be pointing out here, if I'm going to be looking at the number of addresses with holding more than 10,000 Bitcoin, look at this. I've been spotting this one first on Twitter. Now everyone has been seeing this as well and copying me. But I've been talking about this on Twitter quite a lot already. The number of addresses holding more than 10,000 Bitcoin, it has been spiking significantly. It's not taking the stairs up. No, it's taking the elevator up right now. Wheels are stepping in the market. Like what we have been exactly dumping, these large addresses are buying in. And I think that yesterday, like I told you earlier today on the stream, I think this movement down has been a forced selling by the FTX group. I think it's been a forced selling, and due to that reason, we had this significant dump on FTT token and Bitcoin, and basically the whole industry and all the coins the FTX group was holding. But at the meantime, there are some large addresses stepping in towards the market. Who are they? We don't know, but we can read it. We can see it on chain happening right now. That there's a lot of going on here in the background. There's a lot of accumulation going on here in the background, and you should be paying attention towards it. Mining difficulty came down a little bit here today, because yesterday was calculation day. We came down a little bit here, but still close to previous all-time highs. Interesting to see. Also, quickly checking up some interesting stats. The realized loss, once again, spiking back towards the upside. If we're going to be looking at the drawdown from previous all-time high, we can basically see this chart, guys. I'm quickly showing you some interesting metrics that you should be looking at. We're once again having a similar drawdown towards the previous all-time high compared to the previous bear market. What means that currently the opportunity is probably not going to get much bigger. Of course, we can dump to 14K or 15K, but still the potential returns from this level right here is already extremely enormous. Then looking and the MVRV score is giving a bottom signal. Looking at the net unrealized profit and loss, this one is currently standing in capitulation stages, what means that currently we have basically a similar buying opportunity like just every single previous bear market. Just some important things to point out, right? I just want to be pointing it out to everyone out there on the market. Look at this. This is the number of addresses holding more than one Bitcoin. It has been growing significantly. This trend has been absolutely crazy. There's been a lot of accumulation. And look at this. Whoa, this is crazy. Boom. So we've been seeing an approximate, this is a large increasement, like you can see on the top right. Well, the market has been dumping even furthermore. More and more addresses are stepping in. People are benefiting from the market coming down, just like you should have. And of course, what is interesting to see is that this is all happening on chain. This is not happening on an exchange. People are also moving it away from the exchange. And you can also clearly see it from the exchange balances. The exchange balances are decreasing rapidly. If you're willing to hold your Bitcoin for long term, I would highly recommend to hold it on cold storage, just somewhere on the blockchain, so not on the exchange if you want to be holding it for the long term. And you know what's interesting? Currently, we've been seeing the balance of exchanges decrease significantly from 3 million all the way down to approximately 2.3 million in approximately a span of 2 years, right? What is interesting is that approximately 65% of all the Bitcoins that is hold off chain has not moved for a year at least. I can also show you. So more and more Bitcoin is going off exchanges, and all the Bitcoin that's going off exchanges had usually not moved for a year plus. And I mean, all the Bitcoin I have got off chain, I never moved it. I never move it, because I don't touch it. And there are many more people that have the same strategy. So if you're going to be looking at the supply last active 1+ year ago, we can see something very interesting happening right now. We can see in every single bear market, of course, there are less new addresses stepping in due to that fact. We basically see, of course, the 1+ year addresses spiking towards the upside. But basically, all these ones were trading around that 60 to 70% range. So 60 to 70% of all the supply in the market has not touched it for 1 year. So why do you think Bitcoin necessarily has to go to 14K if people are already now willing to sell it around 20K, and they are long-term holders because they're holding already longer than 1 year. You can see it also at the 2+ year accounts, and this is some very, very good alpha, guys, so make sure to pay attention. This is some very good alpha. So we can see basically in every single bear market, the long-term holders tend to be spiking towards the upside and not willing to sell, and at the point they are pivoting. So at the point the longer-term addresses are moving again, that is the point that you actually should get out of the market. And now they're not moving, so you should get in towards the market, actually. So that is an interesting way on how you could be approaching the markets, basically, right now. So, I mean, interesting alpha to be paying attention towards. Also looking at the exchange net flow, we've been seeing more and more spikes towards the downside. This bear market is completely different than the previous bear market. More and more Bitcoin is getting stored off the exchanges, not on the exchanges anymore. And due to that reason, we're seeing a completely different environment getting created. How many Bitcoins are you holding? Enough. I mean, I currently live in Dubai. I live in the best hotel of the world, literally, at the sky view in Dubai. So yeah, it's actually quite all right here. A lot of Bitcoin never move, indeed. Lost Bitcoin never move, indeed. But those like lost Bitcoin, they don't account for the 1+ year holders because they've been already calculated in that. Sol will be breaking $18. Most certainly it will. Sol near the $20. I think Sol, like the good buy zone around Sol is $13. To be very honest, I should be very careful with Solana right now. I wouldn't recommend getting in towards the Solana right now on the imminent short term. Of course, we've been seeing some crazy bounces here, to be very honest. I mean, from the low to high, it has been bouncing 22%. So can you trade Solana in a good way? Most certainly, you can trade it very well. The volatility is there, and you could be benefiting from it right now. But still, I think the targets where I will be aiming for are going to be around $15 to $13. And the reason why is basically, if I look back at the previous price action from Solana, that is the important range. Like you can see, that's the most confluent zone here in the market. Quickly checking up on the subscriber count, but currently trading on 94.3K subscribers. So if you have it already, slap up the subscribe button. It would be absolutely amazing if you can do so. And let's go for 94.4K on today's stream. Will be amazing. Dude, that what is 1K per day? Loading up these shorts. I hope it dumps hard. Let's see, man. So far we have not broken above the Fibonacci level yet. Short Solana, I think, like I just told you, the volatility is extremely high. It's dangerous to trade it. There could be some very good profits being made here. However, it really depends on what Bitcoin is going to do. If Bitcoin is going to see a strong bounce right now, if it breaks above the golden pocket right here, yeah, probably we're just going to see massive continuation towards the upside. So it really is depending on what Bitcoin is going to do. Is that hotel 1K per day? No. It's I pay like 600 or 700 a day, but I rented it for like a year. Why not a villa? Because the service, I like the service. I've got a spa right here. I got a gym right here. I can order room service all the time. So that's just what I like. Edro Skyview, yeah, it's an amazing place to live. We call it also Crypto Skyview because all the crypto guys are living here. It's a very iconic hotel, yeah. But it's a good. You also have residency, and I live in the residency. I don't live in the hotel part, in the resident part. So yeah, that's cool. But enough about that. Enough about that. Trios project, I don't know about it necessarily. Yeah, Netherlands is pretty cool right now. So I mean, thank you. Anyways, this will be it for me on today's stream. The market seems to be slowing down right now. If the market is going to be picking up again, I will be jumping back live for you guys on the channel. If there's going to be some interesting volatility, some interesting price action. If I do see a trading opportunity, I will be definitely jump on live. Anyways, make sure to keep your eyes wide open on the Telegram group or my Twitter channel. At RoverCRC, of course. We'll keep you guys exactly up to date about what I am seeing in the market right now. Anyways, thank you so much for watching towards the amazing new update video. If you did enjoy it, subscribe to the channel. Of course, make sure to slap up that like button. Will be highly appreciated. And yeah, smash up the bell notification right now as well, because maybe I will be jumping live back later today if there's going to be any market volatility. If Bitcoin is going to do anything interesting, I will be back there. At least tomorrow, I will be back with another update video and another live stream on the inflation reports that are going to come out tomorrow. So make sure to be there. Make sure to already subscribe to the channel so you're not going to be missing out on that one, because it's going to be a very important stream at that point. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new live stream once again on today's channel. Also not right. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing update video. I hope to see you guys on the next one.